Good morning, Crosspoint. It's good to be with you. Happy Wednesday morning to you, and I trust that you are doing well where you're at. It's a beautiful day outside. Actually, this is my third take. I don't do second and third takes anymore, but my phone fell outside because I had it perched up on the handicap sign. So finally, I'm like, I'm going inside. But anyway, it's a beautiful day outside. Spring is coming. It feels fantastic. It seems like the winter went on a long time with the whole lockdown and so forth. It exacerbated that feeling of kind of being cooped up. But it's a beautiful day, and it's good to be with you. I want to run a couple things by you, and then I want to talk about invites. So Bruce will be preaching this coming Sunday. He's actually down in the Ohio Valley District at their district conference, and he's spreading the word about ESL and the ministry effectiveness of that tool. So he'll be with us and speaking on Sunday. But so I also, perhaps I should have said this first, big shout out to the youth. They did very well this past Sunday. They worked super hard, and they did things a lot differently, and it was really good. It was good. And I know many of you were able to come out for that, but big shout out to Zach and the youth ministry team. Great preaching of the word, a fantastic message on the faith that can move mountains. But big shout out to the teens, and some good things happening with the youth. But also wanted to mention that very soon, I think maybe the Sunday after Easter, but very soon we'll be rolling out the Foyer Upgrade initiative. We were going to do that earlier. We caught a few items, and so we're pulling back, trying to catch a few things and sharpen up some items, and then we'll be rolling that. I mentioned that in my vision address, January 31st at the annual meeting, so that will be forthcoming. They've been working really hard. Finance Committee has kicked it around. The Administrative Council has kicked it around. Just some ideas on how to do it well. So that'll be coming. But also want to put out a call. We're looking right now at the Crosspoint logo colors, because what we're doing is the foyer will be really the first push in like a sweep through the building as we're just trying to catch up. It'll be 17 years old, and so we're going to do some upgrades throughout the building. But the specific item that I'm referencing is the color in the logo, and so we're kind of running up against some constraints with the color green. That's what we're hearing. So we're taking suggestions on different colors for the Crosspoint logo. So if you have some ideas, send them into Sydney Green at the front office. Email office@crosspointac.org. I've already gotten one suggestion, but if you've got thoughts on maybe some different color arrangements, we're just putting it out there that a different color might give us a little more freedom, some more options, because we're feeling, at least what I'm hearing is we're feeling a little constrained with that. So I want to put that out. Please send them in. We'll be taking suggestions the next couple weeks. So anyway, I want to talk about invites, okay? Talk about invites. So in the annual meeting, I talked about kind of where we're at as a fellowship. So we're kind of, we are revitalizing and catching up on some things. We had some really seismic shifts last year in our fellowship. Probably one of the biggest was the mortgage payoff that kind of put us in the clear. And so now we're actually, rather than surviving, we're moving into thriving. And that's a great way to live. So that brought some freedom, but we also had some significant shifts with staffing and leadership changes. And so we've got kind of a new crew, and we're busy discipling and training up new leaders. But those are significant shifts. But all of that said, like I'm sensing that we're ready to start expanding, so ready to start growing, and we want to get after it. Of course we want to grow. I don't know what church would not want to grow in the right kind of way, but I think we've got some systems in place where we could actually accommodate more people. And it's kind of like if I invite people to the house, which sometimes I don't talk to my wife and I do it, and then like I have to rescind the invite until we get ready. But if we do that, we usually, probably like you, kind of tidy up the house a little bit and get some things in order. I feel like we've kind of done that at Crosspoint. Like we've tidied some things up. We've gotten some things in order. And I want to challenge you all now to start inviting people. Like we're allowed to do that. There's two ways of approaching evangelism. And make no mistake about it, I feel like we're heading into an evangelistic season. Like we need to be leading people to Christ. We need to be bringing people to the King. And so there's two ways to do that. One is come and see, which is inviting people to what we're doing and where we're headed. And that's a good way to do it. That's really the point I want to zero in on today. But the other way is go and tell, and that is when we take the gospel to the streets or we do things to engage the city with good works and with the gospel. But invite. So our new district superintendent, David Lane, says it this way. Like he'll say, who are your three? And I mentioned this several weeks ago. Who are your three? And the question there is, who are the three people in your life that you are engaging and connecting to who don't know Jesus, or maybe they do know Jesus, but they're not really pursuing him? We could put that under the bracket of the unengaged, and that's one of our values, is engage. So that's my question to you. Who are your three? Who are your three? And maybe you're like, boy, I don't even think that way. Hey, now's the time to start thinking that way. So who are your three? And I want to challenge every person at Crosspoint to start thinking about inviting people in. Yes, inviting people. Like that's normal, healthy behavior. To invite people to join you in your pursuit of Jesus and inviting people into a community of people who are pursuing Jesus. So we're coming up on Good Friday, which we're going to have a Good Friday service April 2nd, and then we're going to celebrate Easter. Those are some pretty big days. And those are the kinds of things we can invite people. Like sometimes it's a little more challenging to invite someone to just like a regular, ordinary Sunday. Nothing wrong with that, but something be more challenging. Like last Sunday, we had a deluge of guests, and the reason for that was it was the youth takeover. So it was kind of an event. It was something different, something exciting. So I think every church in the come and see category, like we invite people to the unusual or the exciting or when something is being celebrated. So I want to challenge you to start thinking that way. Now, someone might be out there, you might be like, well, I don't really know three people. Chances are you do, who don't know Jesus or who aren't engaged. Chances are you do, but if you don't know, then take that to the Lord, because I can assure you that his eye is on the harvest and he cares about lost people, and so do we. And we care about engaging people. So who are your three? And if you don't know, start talking to the Lord about it. Say, hey, open my eyes. Open my eyes that I can see people. Because look, Crosspoint's on the move. Like, we want to get aggressive about growing. We want to get aggressive about reaching people with the gospel. And why not start inviting people? And you can start with like those three. Now, maybe it doesn't work to invite them to something. There might be other things that might be more accessible for people, but I just want to challenge us to start inviting people and to start getting aggressive about it. And I think sometimes we get ashamed or embarrassed, and I don't know where that's coming from. Maybe it's because you invite someone and then like there's no response, and so you're like, well, that wasn't really fun. But that's not the right way for Christians to think. So anyway, I want to challenge you with that. We want to grow in the right way, and we've got some systems in place, and we want to go for it. So anyway, that's my challenge for you this morning. Who are your three, and what do you want to invite them to? It doesn't have to be a church event. It can be coffee or lunch or a small group. But anyway, let me bless you at Crosspoint. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen. Love you and we will see you soon, if not on Sunday. Thanks, bye.